Your News at 6. Your News at 6 is moments away. Now to the latest here on COVID-19 in Mississippi. The state's seen quite a jump in daily numbers when compared to the rest of the week. State health officials are reporting 853 new cases and 15 new deaths. Mississippi's total case count since the pandemic began now reaching more than 89,000. Today, 80 new cases of COVID-19 are being reported here in the lower 6 counties. Hey, Hugh, we just arrived on scene here in Sosha, and it is actually a mobile home fire that thankfully has been put out. And I actually have Fire Chief Pat Sullivan here with me tonight to give us some more details. Tell us what exactly happened here tonight as far as this fire goes. Like our meteorologist told us, this is a very fast-moving storm. So I think last time I checked, it was moving at about 25 miles per hour, which is really fast for a hurricane or a system like this. They say it usually moves about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So over in Hancock County, we have our Michael Dugan, and he just went through the eye wall of the storm. So the most brutal part of the storm, and we're going to go out live to him for a live look. Michael, what was that experience like? Tell us a little bit about it. Governor Tate Reeves also extending the state's mask mandate and social distancing restrictions through the end of this month. Reeves says he's encouraged by lower numbers of coronavirus cases in recent days. Another element of this new executive order, social gatherings are now limited to 10 people inside or 50 outside when physical distancing is not possible. And our Tristan Rupert joins us live tonight from Ocean Springs with more details. Tristan? After 2 decades of trials and even a death sentence, Curtis Flowers is now a free man. Circuit Court Judge Joseph Loper today dropping the charges against him. And our Dave Elliott joins us from the newsroom with more details. And we've been reporting on long lines at the polls. I think most of us have experienced some long lines while going to vote ourselves. Would you say that could be indicative of some record voter turnout here in the state of Mississippi?
I believe so.
Residents are already beginning to prepare for the possibility of that severe weather. Self-serve sandbag locations now set up in various locations here across the coast. I know you guys have been working really hard to track the tropics. We now have a tropical storm as well as a tropical depression. What is our weekend sort of looking like leading into that? Painting a very clear picture of the damage that Zeta has caused and of course power outages across South Mississippi. Lori Freeman with Singing River Electric joins us now with an update. Lori, what can you tell us about the status of the power here in our area? How many people approximately are without power right now?
Well, we have about 48,566 meters without power.
And there are several efforts being made here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast to collect donations for victims of Hurricane Laura. Members of area law enforcement will drive to Louisiana on Monday to cook for victims and volunteer as well as deliver supplies. And of course, all those people traveling in to go to the beach were met with clear and sunny skies as this summer heat just continues. And for more on our forecast, which looks to be beautiful, let's go out to Carrie Duncan. Karen, Dave, that's right. The scene here at the Hancock Bank just off of Highway 49 here in Gulfport has cleared. But as you can imagine, the scene was much different just a few hours ago. At around 1 o'clock, the Gulfport Police Department responded to this bank. New tonight, Jackson County is leading the state in positive COVID-19 student cases. The coronavirus has a teachers union worried about back to school this year, and it's now calling for every school district in Mississippi to offer only virtual classes. Tomorrow will mark the first day all South Mississippi public schools are in session for the 2021 academic year. The school bell rings for Bay Waveland students on Tuesday. The district postponed the start of school until after Labor Day due to those COVID-19 concerns. I don't know about you guys, but it was pretty warm today for me just compared to what we've been experiencing for the last couple of weeks.
Felt like a return to summer.
It did.
It did, but you know, I'll take low 80s any day over the 90s. It is a beautiful evening.
Now to the latest on COVID-19 here in Mississippi. 737 new cases being reported statewide today, along with 4 new deaths. The state's total number of coronavirus cases now topping 95,000, along with 2,874 deaths overall. When they arrived at the home, they didn't see anyone inside or around the home, so they left. An hour later, they came back to the home on Davis Street in Moss Point, and they heard gunshots. As they approached that home to investigate where those gunshots were coming from, a suspect ran out of the home with a large knife. Now, police officers say they repeatedly asked the suspect to surrender and drop the knife.
Most of us can recall our favorite teacher.
That's right, Hugh. I know I can. And for many students at Harrison Central, that teacher is Jessica Richards. The U.S. history teacher has won the hearts of current, past, and even future students. Her bold looks challenge the status quo, and that's just how she likes it. This gives me a really good idea. Next time that Eric has to work from home, hopefully that doesn't happen, but if it does, we're just going to have a cardboard cutout right here in the Weather Center.
Or I'll just put one up when the weather's quiet.
We'll never know. We'll never
You'll
know.
never know.
It's opening night for Division I football here in the state of Mississippi as Southern Miss is about 90 minutes away from kickoff against South Alabama. And our Michael Dugan joins us now live in Hattiesburg with more. Michael, what is the scene out there tonight? After a kitchen fire ruined dinner plans for one family, Ocean Springs firefighters and police went above and beyond the call of duty to help them out. Natalie Bayless was cooking dinner yesterday when something in the oven caught fire. Two men are now behind bars accused of using a drone to smuggle drugs and contraband into a Mississippi prison. The plan to drop off the package at the Central Mississippi Correctional Facility in Pearl almost worked. That was until the drone got caught up in a security net. Dr. Conger says the number to watch is not the total number of people with COVID-19, but rather the new number of cases each day. He says that number is indicative of where we are in the battle against the disease. Until that levels off and then drops and stays down, we are still very much at the front of the COVID crisis. Pascagoula police are asking for your help tonight after more than a dozen vehicles were burglarized. Police tell us people in the neighborhood sent in doorbell camera video like the one you're looking at right now. All right, thank you, Andres. And as he said there in his live shot, if you're going out to the polls tonight and you're waiting one of those long lines,
that's right,
you probably want to have a jacket because it is still chilly out there. It does feel like fall, which is something we don't always experience in South
That's right. But we did have beautiful weather today.
Overall, it looks like a beautiful Labor Day weekend. And thanks for joining us here tonight. And we will see you back here tonight at 10 o'clock.